In the clash between the 9 stars Huang, Xiao Yan, and the Wind Lightning Pavilion's outstanding disciple, Feng Qing Er, not only did Xiao Yan fail to gain the upper hand, but his identity was also exposed by her. Continuing from the previous episode, Xiao Yan, in his quest to break through to the Dou Zong realm as soon as possible, intended to utilize the Tian Shan Blood Pool within the Tianmu Mountain range to overcome this barrier swiftly. However, before venturing into the mountains, he unexpectedly crossed paths with Feng Qing Er, the next pavilion master of the Wind Lightning Pavilion. Nevertheless, the only chance to secure a top 10 spot lay in reaching the Tian Shan Blood Pool promptly. Thus, Xiao Yan swiftly flew towards the mountain range. Meanwhile, Feng Qing Er, who had been overtaken, wore a slightly embarrassed expression. "Halt!" she exclaimed. However, Xiao Yan paid no heed to her command. Just as his pace quickened, a sharp gust of wind suddenly burst forth from behind him. Xiao Yan, noticing the attack, dodged, narrowly avoiding it grazing his head. Seeing Xiao Yan easily evade her attack, a trace of suspicion flashed in Feng Qing Er's beautiful eyes, followed by a rainbow-colored silk shooting out from her sleeve. Facing Feng Qing Er's persistent entanglement, Xiao Yan's patience wore thin. With a wave of his hand, verdant flame shot forth along the silk towards her. Witnessing this, Feng Qing Er's expression turned cold, infusing the silk with a surge of vigorous Dou Qi, culminating in a fierce collision with the verdant flames. A deep explosion resounded through the tranquil mountains. Xiao Yan remarked, "Dou Qi formed from the fusion of wind and lightning attributes? Miss Feng from the Wind Lightning Pavilion, your reputation is well deserved." Xiao Yan hadn't expected Feng Qing Er to possess a dual attribute physique. While perhaps not as rare as the heaven-swallowing pythons, it was still quite uncommon. Feng Qing Er responded, "Being able to break through my Wind Lightning Pavilion's 9-sky thunderous prison array, and escaping smoothly from the Northern Pavilion Master Fei Tian's grasp, you are indeed deserving of your reputation, Xiao Yan. Isn't that right?" Her words shocked those around them, as Xiao Yan's name had been circulating widely in the Central Plains region recently. After all, it was exceedingly rare for a member of the younger generation to provoke someone like Fei Tian and still escape unscathed. Furrowing his brows at the surrounding astonished gazes, Xiao Yan's only objective now was to reach the Tian Shan Blood Pool as quickly as possible. He had no desire for a major conflict here with Feng Qing Er. Moreover, anyone deemed worthy to become the next pavilion master of the Wind Lightning Pavilion naturally possessed considerable strength. "You go your way, and I'll go mine. Don't provoke me, and I won't lay a hand on you," Xiao Yan declared. With a confident tone, Feng Qing Er responded, "You're quite bold. I won't engage with you now either. I'll be waiting for you at the Tian Shan Blood Pool. If you're qualified to reach there, we can settle the score between you and the Wind Lightning Pavilion then." As soon as the words fell, his figure vanished into the thick fog in an instant. Seeing Feng Qing Er depart, Xiao Yan also walked slowly towards another direction. However, he soon found himself disoriented due to the energy tides within the dense fog, making it difficult to discern the direction. Now, not only was the map useless, but he also couldn't utilize the power of the Dou Zong of fire. Although Xiao Yan didn't know the exact location of the Tian Shan Blood Pool, he understood that gathering the peculiar pool water required exceptionally pure energy. In other words, as long as he used his soul perception to lock onto a place with dense energy, that direction would inevitably lead to the Tian Shan Blood Pool. After determining the accurate direction, Xiao Yan leaped forward at full speed. It wasn't until he was blocked by 2 abnormal fluctuations in energy that he slowed his pace. Ahead, a man in black was confronting a level 6 magical beast. He carried a azure greatsword on his back, with a sharp sword aura faintly emanating from it. With just one strike, he killed the level 6 magical beast. Amidst Xiao Yan's surprise, the man in black slowly raised his head. "Have you seen enough?" he asked. Seeing that he had been spotted, Xiao Yan no longer concealed himself and revealed his figure. "Just passing by, no need to be nervous," he said. The man in black stared coldly at Xiao Yan and spoke, "I'm Tang from the 10,000 Sword Pavilion. You seem quite unfamiliar. May I know which sect you're from, or whose disciple you are?" Hearing the name, Xiao Yan was slightly surprised. He had heard of Tang even before he entered the mountains, as he was a young talent comparable to Miss Feng from the Wind Lightning Pavilion. Xiao Yan hesitated for a moment before clasping his fist and saying, Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan? The one who's recently been in conflict with the Wind Lightning Pavilion? Xiao Yan replied, just a minor disagreement, nothing serious. Tang remarked, a minor disagreement wouldn't attract the attention of old monsters like Fei Tian. Now is not the time for conversation. I hope to meet you again at the Tian Shan Blood Pool. Perhaps we can cooperate a little then. Without waiting for Xiao Yan's response, Tang swiftly retreated into the thick fog. Xiao Yan could only shake his head helplessly. During the subsequent journey, Xiao Yan lost the ease he had previously enjoyed. As they delved deeper into the mountains, the magical beasts became increasingly formidable. However, this also meant that they were getting closer to their destination. Just as Xiao Yan was about to set off again after a brief rest, the sound of clashing swords and blades echoed from not far away. Xiao Yan had encountered such situations many times on his journey. He wasn't a saint and didn't have the time to help everyone. However, just as he was about to move, a clear and compelling female voice rang out from a distance, causing Xiao Yan's figure to freeze in an instant. Nailing Yan ran?